Do you hear her when she says that?
Yes.
Oh, we're live. Episode 6 or 7 of Alex Cora Center for Kids who want to learn how to hit good.
Still sitting on that name.
Yeah, I guess. Well, honestly, I wanted to do something where last place gets like something shitty. Adam is in a fantasy football league where what do they call it in the league? Not the Shiva. Shiva the first place or last place?
Shiva was the trophy.
So
The
what they called it something
Sacco.
Sacco. So Adam and his friends have something like that, and I think one included him. They had to eat a certain amount of waffles at Waffle House before they could leave.
Yeah, I've seen that challenge done before, where it's everyone you eat takes an hour off of 24 hours.
Okay, that sounds right. And there was something else they did that sounds fun, but the reason I'm saying this is Chris is, last place, and he doesn't really participate. I don't know if he's listening to this, so it's like, how am I going to make that guy do something that he hates when I don't really know him? So I've thought about it. I was thinking maybe last place in the playoffs could do it, but I don't know. That means everyone's paying attention.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah. So a lot's happened since we've last talked. I've survived COVID. To make it about me. Thanks for checking in on me. That was it. Actually sucked. It actually sucked. But I did get to watch movies. I don't really watch movies and watch some. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Suspense. I'm building suspense.
A little teeth.
Loot just tested positive just to out him. I think he did better than I did. He had a couple days down. So yeah, it's going around. It's crazy. COVID, am I right?
Never really left, I guess.
No.
I thought we'd be
just tagging us. You didn't get it yet?
No.
What's been going on with you before we get into? I know we want to go over Major League Baseball stuff, but anything?
Paying attention to just watching the Mets try to hang on.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly closer than you'd like. I know that.
Yeah, no COVID here.
No COVID there. I'm drunk here, just to forewarn everyone. We did a family beach day. Daddy packed a couple cold ones for mommy and daddy, and I don't know if she was ready for that, but that's how our day's been going. So now it's like, oh shit. That's why I was like,
I brought these for you.
Yeah, for you. Do you want them still? Anyway, the kids were watching a movie. That's why I'm outside now, because that's the type of parenting day it is. Drinking, watch a movie, counting down till bedtime, and continuing. So, is that a segue to Major League Baseball news? I think it is.
Good. I like this setup for the pod where we just, as you fade to black, we fade to black. That's the
yeah, power hour.
Yeah, I mean baseball. It's coming down the home stretch right now. Big story. Pujols out of nowhere, stands at 700 this year. He got 693. I believe he hit 6 before the All-Star break and 8 since.
I saw you at 2 the other night, and then another one. Do you think it's possible?
I mean, it's definitely possible if he can keep getting in the lineup for the rest of the season. But the real milestone for him is he's 4 away from passing A-Rod.
And I think everyone's rooting for that.
Yeah, so that one first, then we'll worry about the rest.
I know. So that's 8 more homers? I don't know.
7 to tie, 8 to...
Okay, so 7 in a month, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think he does it. But then he's going to be, can he sleep at night knowing that if he played one more year?
Becomes Mr. 3000, and he has to come back for another year.
Yeah. Is that a Bernie Mac reference?
Oh, yeah. Anytime we can get him in there. Fuck them kids. Another Judge, 1 away from 50, so hit his 49th home run. Been real fun playing against him this week. Just getting pummeled by Aaron Judge. I believe last night, while I was watching, he walked his first 2 at bats and then hit a 3-run home run. I think they won 3-2. So
yeah, Cole was pitching, so I was watching that on my phone, and Judge. It was like the only thing they ever, they needed.
I
Stanton's
mean,
back, but I don't know if that matters.
they're going to make the playoffs completely off of Aaron Judge his stats this year.
So I heard last night he is on pace for 63. Does he get that? Because he would be the first person to pass the 61 mark that's not known or not known. What's the word?
Allegations not tied to steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Bonds was never proven, but Sosa and McGuire were. Is there anyone that's hit more? I think no one's gotten past 61, so
Yeah.
Judge can do it.
Yeah, I think if they keep pitching to him, I think he's going to do it.
He's scary in that batter's box. Even like they don't call the high strike on him sometimes, and that's what pitchers hope for with that high fastball. And like if they don't get that, it's like okay, he hits my slider out. So
Yeah, so a little NL East love. I know we got NL East fans in the league. So Mets, Braves, and Phillies look like, knock on wood, they're all poised to maybe make the playoffs. But the real MVPs of the division this year are the Marlins and the Nationals, who are combined run differential of minus 278. So, love you guys.
they're just laying down for the other three teams. I mean, we're just mowing over them. When the Braves played them, they swept them, and I was like, yeah, of course. Like, if you didn't sweep, you're kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're a built-in mechanic just for the other teams to make the playoffs. Some of the other races, the Central for the NL, the Cardinals have a 6-game lead on Milwaukee. The West, the Dodgers are up 19.5 games on the Padres.
Before you move on, I hate the Brewers. I don't give them any credit. They've made the playoffs like every year. I don't think they'll do it this year. They just never hit enough.
And it was interesting to see them trade Hader away.
Who has just sucked? They took him out of the closer role.
What did they know with him,
Yeah, what did they know? And then for the Padres, you're pissed because Clevenger's kind of hitting a wall after Tommy John. The Hader trade, Tatis. I mean,
that's tough.
Yeah. All right, so they're far back, but they're only so if we looked at the wild card, I think I looked they were like 2 back of the Phils. Are you about to hit on that? Sorry. Just shut up.
In the American League, the Yankees have 8.5-game lead on Tampa. Astros 11.5-game lead on Seattle, and the Central is going to be the tightest race probably. The Guardians have a 3-game lead on the Twins and 4-game on the White Sox.
Did it feel weird saying Guardians?
No, I made sure to write it several times. Just don't put Cleveland. That's the trick. Because if you pick Cleveland, you will say
Indeed. You can say it.
I'm not doing it. The wild card, so Braves and Phillies in the National League right now. The Phillies have a 2.5-game lead on the Padres. And then the AL, the Rays have a half-game lead on the Blue Jays and Mariners. And the Orioles are only 2.5 games out of the second wild card.
But they're out, so the Orioles aren't in right now.
No, right now it's the Rays and the Jays, and then the Mariners in third, Orioles in fourth for the wild card.
But the Mariners get in right now, right?
No,
I thought it's 3 teams now make it.
Rays and Jays, Rays and Blue Jays.
So it's only 2 wild card teams
from each. Yeah, I thought
it was 3. So like when I look at the standings on like MLB app, they have a line under the third team.
Blue Jays and Mariners are tied, so they would technically they're tied for the second wild card.
And then Seattle would get in. So I think it's 3, but that doesn't make sense because who gets a bye then?
No, yeah, I thought they were just doing a 3-game series against the 2 wild card teams.
The top 2 division winners in each league will receive byes to the division series. The other 4 teams in each league will play best of 3 series in the wild card round. So the 3 do make it. So you'll have like right now in the NL, Dodgers and Mets would have a bye, but the Cardinals, who won their division, would have to play in that wild card round.
Yeah.
But they host all 3 games so it's just a home series. That's pretty interesting. So they won't even flip it that game 2. They'll just keep St. Louis home.
Yeah, that's interesting. But you need to have a real advantage if you're somebody that won your division, you know.
Mm-hmm. So then, like, the Braves would be the number 1 wild card right now, and they would host all 3. And I don't know how it would go. The higher seed hosting all 3 games.
They would host San Diego.
You think the Cardinals would get San Diego though, because San Diego's the worst?
San Diego, and then great, because I thought that they're going to be the higher. Because they're the division winner. Yeah, the Braves. You're saying the Braves was wild card. Yeah.
Yeah. So if the Braves get wild card, they host the Phils, and that's interesting. I don't want that. I really don't want that. I don't think it'll end well for me, and then Loot will always have that over me.
Yeah, they're red hot.
So then you have Houston and New York right now. The Yankees would have byes. Cleveland would host Seattle, and Tampa Bay would host Toronto. Pretty cool with the interdivision. I like that with the Braves, Phils, and the. As a baseball fan, it's cool. I don't want it as a Braves fan, but
yeah. You're any chance to not play the Dodgers at this point, probably, if you're a Braves fan, right?
I saw they were 41-9 in the last 50 games. They haven't they did this though every year. The last 3 years they've done this, and they've won one.
They're just a train, and they just win every series.
Yeah, you get it's almost concerning when they lose 2 in a row. I don't think they've done that.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while the Mets didn't lose a series, so it's like when you're doing that, they
against the Braves, the last one against the Braves, I believe, was the first, and they lost this season.
And that's just winning baseball. I remember when the Braves were on a run 2 years ago. I just looked at that. They kept saying they kept winning series, and I was like, well, that's the way to do it. Just win. Just win, baby. But yeah, let's talk about that. How do you feel about the Mets 2-game lead over the Braves?
I mean, I don't want to feel too confident, but I feel like if Buck Showalter is keeping this team from having that big losing streak.
You haven't had that. You're right. Yeah. And you've had pitchers go down.
Any kind of losing streak between those 3 teams, that none of them have had a big one, even the Phillies.
It's crazy. The Phillies, honestly, I'd love to see that record after Joe Girardi's firing, because they've just
probably one of the best in baseball.
Somebody else did that though. Didn't happen for the Red Sox, or the Padres fired their manager, but no, the Angels did too, and that guy has gone south. Phil Nevin.
Yeah.
No, the Padres started with. Anyway, I thought there was another team. But yeah, it's close. I mean, the Braves are playing I think it's a harder schedule right now, but you have the Dodgers coming to New York next week.
Yeah.
And the Braves are at St. Louis right now, and St. Louis is a really good team. They're hot too. So that's a good series they're talking to.
I think the Mets finish either the last or second to last series of the year in Atlanta, I believe.
It's second to last. I looked at that. It would have been great if it was the last. I looked at that. That's the last next time they play, right?
They don't play again until then. Yeah.
So hopefully that would be cool if it was still under 3 games.
And I think they're done with the Phillies. I don't think the Phillies and Mets play again this year.
Mets kind of took care of business there. That was good.
Yeah.
But now Phillies have Bryce back, and they have an easier schedule. But
they're playing the Pirates right now.
And the Mets losing 2 to the Yankees have maybe spurned them into a little bit of a winning streak here. They've won 5 in a row. So after the Mets, they play the Oakland. So they're taking care of business right now.
Doing the same thing it did for the Mets earlier in the season when they took 2 from the Yankees. That really gave them a momentum boost.
Yeah. It's funny, the Jordan Montgomery situation, that he's so good. Same with Joey Gallo is starting to hit for LA Dodgers, and he didn't hit shit for the Yankees. I'm sure Tom wasn't.
LA weather, man.
Anything else Major League Baseball?
No, that's just wanted to cover the standings.
It's hot right now. I like the wild card format. Doesn't look, Milwaukee's 2.5 back of San Diego right now, and then the Giants are 6.5 back. I mean, not too close in the NL right now, but the AL, Baltimore's 2.5 back, but over 500. Tampa Bay's only, yeah, you're right. They're only a half game up over Toronto. Everyone, and Seattle's tied with Toronto, so that's good.
Yeah, they have a big. They're playing, or the Orioles are playing the Astros right now, I believe. So that's a big series, actually.
Oh, Mancini. All right, shall we segue to our what everyone's here to, and everyone, I imagine it's Keith and Lou laid out on COVID bed.
Heather,
Fantasy. What do you think? Standings or scores first?
do standings.
Standings as they stand now. So on your laptop, you can actually see how many moves have been made, but on the app, you can't see it. And that is just a fun fact for everyone because I can't exit the Zoom screen and do that, and I can't get it on my phone. So if you, this is maybe an advertisement for laptops. Go on your
Yeah.
laptop, see how many moves have been made. I want to actually, I wish I had done that. I want to see how everyone's moves are going because you assume Paul's making the most moves, but a lot of people have been making moves.
Yeah, they've had to. There's been a lot of injuries lately, like little popping up, like IL 15, IL 10.
Um, all right, so we'll get to Adam, but I want to talk about his team name.
I like
So
it.
Scott's Tots, reigning, just continuing to win. He's winning series. He's the Mets. He's the Dodgers. He just keeps winning. He's up 13 over you in the standings, and then we'll get to your head to head right now. This is kind of a hot
Pretty,
topic.
pretty similar.
I'm coming. Felix coming. Third place behind you. I'm 3.5 behind you. Scariest thing ever. Paul is in fourth, right behind us. Shall we say surging up the standings? Come on, do something. He needs to change his damn name, is what we're saying, because he's doing it. And I'm playing him. We'll talk about that soon too. But pretty interesting. The top 4 teams are playing this week.
Yeah.
Sir, this is an Albies tied with This Is How We Adolis in fifth. 32.5 back of Scott, which is crazy. So there is a little drop off there. So like I'm 3.5 behind you. Paul's 10 behind me, and then the aforementioned fifth place guys are 7.5 back of him or 7 back of Paul. So there's distance there. It's not as close at the top. I say that to get into this mess here of Testa only being 1 game back of Tom and Keith, who are tied for the final 2 spots. Adam only 2.5 back of the final spot, and that's where I want to talk about his team name. Little Waka Flocka Flamethrower with, I think that's ludicrous is the picture. Now, the only reason I want to talk about it because I actually, what the hell is he doing? What is that team name? What's it? Oh, Waka. Does he have Michael Waka? There we go.
Yeah, Waka.
Got to do my damn research before this.
Sure.
So Adam sent me a text saying he was trying to change his team name to Julio passes go, collects 200 million. 200 mil. But he got an alert that says team name contains a banned word. So he asked me what's banned. I don't know. I'm not ESPN. Julio passes go. That's the location. Nickname collects 200 mil. What could be? Do they think it's
Is there a dollar sign in there?
his? For his abbreviation, it was $4. So no, it collects. No, it's not like curse words with the S.
I don't know. ESPN. I can see why he lashed out with in the group chat.
Yeah. So we don't know what the banned word is, but Adam could have had a different team name, and he went with Waka Flocka Flamethrowers, which actually is more fun the more you say it.
like it.
Tom Turner. Now, I wanted to talk to you about Tom Turner.
So did I. He needs to be put down.
Tom Turner?
Tom Turner needs to be put down. He's a wagon. He is a wagon right now.
What do you mean?
He's unstoppable.
He is. You're right. I mean, his pitching. So Keith texted me and Lude. He's playing him, I believe. They're head to head, and this was, I think, Keith. What was it? Kyle said this is the matchup of the year because of the trade. And everyone, okay, 10th place, Tom Turner.
I said that, and in my head, I'm like, Dave and I were just talking about the top four all playing this week.
Here we go. All right. Keith was not happy, we'll say. We're getting through the loot COVID thing, whatever. God, sorry.
Riveting.
Oh, he said Verlander perfect through 6. Can't imagine he doesn't keep it going. And I said, how's Alonso doing? And he took that as me talking shit. And he sent me a gif of Kelly Kapoor saying, I have a lot of questions. Number 1, how dare you? It was a bad trade, Dave, okay? Who knew Montgomery would do this? So Keith I wanted to just get it all out there that Keith had a meltdown. I told him, you said it's okay to talk shit. It is. I'm just dying inside as my former players end my season. And then Luke goes, just tested positive for COVID. So we had to talk about him. Luke just steals the chat there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Keith and Tom Turner. You're right. Tom Turner, when he made that trade, and then DeGrom comes back. I mean, and I play him, I think last.
The thing, you can get a guy back from the IL late in the year. It's like a free trade, you know?
Yep.
Making it up. And you're picking up Jacob DeGrom.
Yeah, you pick up a Cy Young winner. So Tom Turner, though, that's kind of where this conversation ends, right? Like Patrick has fallen off a little. So Tom Turner's in 9th and surging. I mean, he's 5 back of the playoffs, and he was like dead in the water. So I wonder if Kyle's just the gif of Mr. Burns right now. Excellent. Watching his team come to life here. Veggie cheesesteaks, just to round out the crew here. Veggie cheesesteaks and Team Courtney. Although Lena Del Bias, we have to get to the scores here, is kicking ass right now. Because Matt Olson has been, he has a couple Braves, and I always am like, oh, he's doing well if Dansby and Olson do well. So just to let you know, Team Chris / Courtney, I think about you when I'm watching the Braves. I don't know if that's weird, but I said it. All right, scoreboard. It always shows me first because I have narcissism. Come on, do something. Versus Felix Cumming. Right now, I'm up 10-4. It looks good on paper, but he's like trailing in RBIs and runs, and whoever loses or whoever beats Paul in RBIs and runs, no one. So I don't expect to win those. So I think it'll be closer to a tie here. Just holding on.
Felt that firsthand last week.
Yeah, it's the certain teams, just like turn it on. They're just going to not go a whole week without it. All right. Then we get on to Tom Turner and Keith. Now, this is a big matchup. We've stressed it before. There was a trade. We won't say if it was good or bad. It was good for someone. And Tom Turner is up right now 10-4 over Keith. And that would have some playoff implications, that score this late. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Keith would fall. Tom Turner would jump a few. It depends on, I guess, who else is scoring down there. We'll get there. Scott's Tots, Mike, you talk about it. I can't look at you.
Monday we had Michael Kopech, a third of an inning, 4 runs. He's now in the IL. The week's been pretty much the same throughout.
You're talking about streaming. You don't like streaming.
I hate streaming. So we pitched Cade Cavalli in his major league debut with the Nationals last night against the Reds.
How'd that go?
It happened. running back Aaron Savale tomorrow for the second time this week.
I
So,
saw you dropped him and then picked him up. Now I was watching him. I've been watching him all year. You're waiting for that bounce back, right?
well, his first start back, he's been good. He's just they're not letting him pitch a ton because he's been hurt. But right now, what the big blow up on the beginning of the week, ERA is a dead category. So now you're just chasing wins and strikeouts at this point. So
I was in that against whoever I played last week. I was kind of like that, and you were just like, I can't win ERA. And
yeah,
Paul's kind of doing that with me now. He picked up some dude I don't even no one's ever heard of. So
Cade Cavalli last night, I believe he gave up 7 runs on 6 hits and 6 strikeouts. So has
not
good stuff, but he's all over the place.
yeah, but that's like someone next year you would look at, right?
Well, he was their 2020 first round pick, the Nationals.
Damn.
Yeah.
Came up quick.
Yep.
But Scott's having a week. You talked to Aaron Judge. We talked about, and we know he has him. Thanks, Scott. Good pickup. And he has Betts, who had 2 homers.
I'm in there for some categories. It's still a lot of baseball to be played.
There is. He had Betts go yard twice in a game I saw. I don't think I've had a guy go yard twice this year. That must feel good for whoever gets those.
I had a couple. I had Paul felt firsthand. I had Mark Canna on Sunday last week. So that felt good. I've been trying to maneuver the platoon of Canna and Naquin.
You have both?
No, not right now. For a little bit, and now I'm just kind of dropping and picking up whoever's hot out of that group. So,
love this fantasy life. 3 more matchups here. So this is where Lana Del Bayes is definitely putting the good night Patrick 11-2 to 1 in favor of California Courtney over 17 years, 38 weeks till empty nests. Yeah, and nothing good to say here for Patrick. Kind of been downhill in the standings, and now this beating won't help. So
well, at least he has the Orioles.
You would think. And then there was a meme going around. I think I sent it to the group. It would be nice if they had Trey Mancini or whoever their closer was, Lopez. They were like a team that would be primed to win if they got them. I was like, well, they just fucking traded them. It's hilarious. We got the 10-minute warning. We got 2 more matchups here. Sir, this is an Albies versus ready for Carol letdown. A quick change from Carol left off. So
yeah, I'm getting dizzy. I can't keep up with it.
I think it's like a soap opera over there with I don't even know the guy's name anymore. What is it? Carol?
Oh.
Yeah, see? I've lost. The media has won.
Carol lost. So
Carol letdown is up 7-6-1 over Tom. Now that's a nice little playoff matchup too. Testa, this is becoming a McAllister family travel tradition for Testa and I. Every year in like the last 3 weeks, something will go wrong for Dan. And then he'll say how much it really affects his playoff chances, as if I can do something about it. Now, it happened early in this week. I guess ESPN app didn't tell him that Cabrera was pitching for the Marlins, but then there was somebody else that got affected by this. Somebody left someone else on the bench, and the guy went, I think, complete game shutout, something like that. And Testa was texting me. I won't go through it, but he was just basically saying, wow, that seems like something that would really affect the playoff race. Yeah, it would. I can't like reverse the ESPN app like that. So I'm sorry, Dan. I know you have a newborn. You can't use that anymore. Can't use it. But you're winning now. So if you eliminate Tom, that is hilarious. Last matchup, Waka Flocka Flamethrower versus Veggie Cheesesteaks, just laying down for the rest of the season. He got Bryce Harper back. I wonder if he was even playing him.
Better be.
He has Mike Trout, who just came off the IL. So maybe Lute starts to play a little spoiler here.
Good.
And by spoiler, I mean losing 10-4 to Adam. So Adam is going to take a little springboard into the playoff picture here. Should the score hold? Should the score. Hold, there is the
Big
alliteration.
big Jinx energy on that.
All right, 7 minutes left. What are you watching? What are you reading, listening to?
New Silver Sun pickups, physical thrills. It's very good. Very,
You
very
sent
good.
it to me. It's on the
Yep.
list. I haven't listened. Full disclosure.
All good. The first song gives me Game of Thrones vibes. So
Did you watch that? Is that a segue?
yeah,
Not yet. I haven't done it yet either.
I want to let it build up a couple episodes because I just don't listen to what the internet says about it anymore. So I'll just watch it when it's time.
Yeah. How'd you come across Silver Sun pickups? Just random?
Just to listen to them, and they actually were on a podcast, a comedy podcast that I listened to. So Comedy Bang Bang,
Comedy Bang Bang.
but they go on there once in a while, and they had an album coming out. So there's a lot of bands that were from like the late 2010s, early 2010s that are still popping out a lot of music.
I think I came across like Taking Back Sunday still does stuff. Who knew?
Not me.
Uh, what? Let me. Maybe we'll do that like that. I'll tell everyone what I'm listening to. Kind of was in a funk. I've been listening to a lot of Jack Johnson. I don't know if that's like the end of summer blues. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I did come across. Go.
Yeah.
What?
Go.
Give it to me. No.
You're good.
Okay. Licensed to Ill by the Beastie Boys 1986 album. I was cleaning out the refrigerator in the garage as adults do, I guess. And I figured I don't know how I wanted to listen to this, but I must have read it somewhere. I put it on and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I fully recommend. I mean, my Beastie Boys history is basically an intergalactic album where they yelled "Kick It" and "Jack and Mike to my dismay." What was that? Oh, I had this ready. Damn it! They say "Kick It" a lot. They say "Kick It" so much, but I can't. I'll blow it. Anyway, check License to Ill is really good. I really enjoyed the album. They're younger, I guess, right? They're younger during that time. That's their 20s, and they're talking about girls and shit. But it's new to me, so it sounds really cool. I don't know if everyone's already done this, but it's really good. It helped me through a refrigerator cleaning, so
That's a win.
might as well. That's the best recommendation I can make. So, Comedy Bang Bang. Are you listening to anything else?
Now, also watching a new season of What We Do in the Shadows on Hulu.
Is it good? Do you like that show in general? Do you like it?
Yes.
Like Loot has suggested this to me so many times and I've just ignored it.
Yeah, and if you don't want to watch the whole show, you can watch the movie that the show is based on, which is one of the Flight of the Conchords guys is in there. Taika Waititi. That's the original movie, and then this is spin-off. But we'll just will just suggest it to you, and then maybe eventually.
I'll do it. It's just a matter. We're still stuck on Ozark. I can't even say we're watching anything else. It's just Ozark.
Yeah. You want to get your mood out of the Ozark eventually. You can't live in Ozark forever.
Ruth just got her ass kicked by KC Mob Jr. And that's where we're at. Casino and Ben came and screamed at the lawyer. So with he's off his meds, and he got let out of jail and then went straight to that lawyer's home and basically exposed her in front of her daughter. And the episode ended with a stern look at Ben as he walked away. So we were like, okay, he's dead. So that's where we're at. That's the end. That's right.
Nice.
It's taken us a while to get through it. Now I'll say I'm totally the obstacle. I just don't want to continue to watch it every night. It's such a despairing mood. You're seeing that you know, the dynamic between Jason Bateman and Laura Linney is good, but they hate each other and they're competing, and I don't know. It's not just so one and done.
Yeah, and then you mix in other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe a Friends episode, or I mean, What We Do in the Shadows. Is it funny?
Yes, it's hilarious.
So that's what we have to. We all right, Lude.
Hey, do you watch anything with subtitles? That
I
that
watched
one.
that Mel Gibson movie.
Well, I mean, like, do you watch stuff with subtitles?
I would, yeah.
Because that's one they all have like thick accents. So
Oh, okay.
you want to until you learn their accents.
You have to watch the subtitles.
Yeah, it's just easier because they talk. You know, they're all quick-witted British comedians for the most part.
Um, reading anything?
Uh, yeah, I was reading the bad guys one, the Mets '86.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah, it's I
like
mean
it.
most stuff. Yeah, it's most stuff I've heard, but it's nice like reliving that era of Mets baseball and
I agree. Yeah.
just a very different game.
Um, yeah. I've watched two out of the four. I believe there's four of that miniseries. I've watched two of them. I may have said this on the pod, and I went immediately to that Seinfeld episode, Keith Hernandez, because I watched the second one. Now I just have to watch the third. It's really cool. Really like it. Oh, under a minute. I just finished The Black Dahlia, which there's a movie with Josh Hartnett, which I have to watch now. I haven't seen. James Elroy wrote this L.A. Quartet, and it includes L.A. Confidential with that Kevin Spacey movie. So he wrote that. That was the third of the fourth. So I'm on that thing, and that's kind of what I've read. That's it.
Nice. And I haven't watched it yet, but that Peter show is pretty good.
Oh, I need to watch that. Yeah, I was a big fan of him. We both were. We should. You were known as Jeter around my house. Remember that? Yeah, I fucking loved it. Well, that's it. Good pod. Good to see you. We made it through.
Adios.
Goodbye.